Alright, I don't know what happened to the first one. It went off. I don't know what happened. But I want to believe it is well. All right. Please go ahead and share the video. Go ahead and share the video. We have to make sure the light is bright enough. So please go ahead and share it. Share it, please share it. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much for joining. Welcome back. My name is Paul-Esupofo Oriade. The first video was the profile. We have the profile of our beloved guest. We have the profile of our beloved guest tonight. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be powerful. So please go ahead and share with other people. Go ahead and share it. Share it and share it and share. Make sure you share with as many people as possible. Okay, so please share it and let's have people who's going to be doing justice tonight. In Aston, I have some questions for him already written down already. So please let's go there. Let's go there. Let's invite as many people as possible. Okay, let's invite as many people as possible. Okay, the sound is good. The sound quality is good. So that's one of the things. In 8 minutes now, is going to be joining us. It's going to be joining us. So please, let's get ready. Let's get ready at this time. Let's get ready. And after this month, we're going to be having like that 1 week, 2 weeks, depending on people who will be available in coming on the program. We're going to be having film personalities, drama ministers that will be coming to join. So walk while it is day, before the night cometh, when no man will be able to walk. Like Evangelist Bamitale put it, you don't know when the last you'll be off the stage. So do what you need to do. Do what you need to do so that it could be the right time for you. So when the time comes to go home, we will be able to go home appropriately. Okay, so having said that, I want all of you to go ahead and share the video, invite as many people as possible, and that's what I'm doing. So let's enjoy our music again. Let's go to our Tanwa. Let's go to our Tanwa where we invite other people. Okay, let's go to Tanwa. All right. I want to appreciate our beloved sister, Agnes Odada. Thank you for the visitation. Thank you. Alright. As you are joining, mention your name, the country you are watching from. Tonight is going to be awesome. I want to appreciate all those people that supported sending data. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for such a kind gesture. It's a very surprise one. Okay, because some people say they didn't see me online on time. Okay, I want to appreciate God that Donald is here. Donald is here already. Donald James Parker is here already. So let's please share the video first before we go on. Please go ahead and share the video. Our guest is here. So please let's share the video. Let's go ahead and share the video. Please 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 invite your friends. Tonight we're going to be having a very clear video by the grace of God. So we are set to give the world the best tonight. So it will be like 1 hour, 1 hour, 2 hours tonight, because we want to hear a lot of things from a veteran. Yes, last week we were unable to hear a lot of things. Adeni Yolarewaju Lucas, thank you for joining. I'm going to start any moment from now. Alright. So you also invite people now. Invite people, then I will start now. I'm starting now. So let me call. I'm going to call Donald on this. Thank you. Thank you. Blessings to all of you. Thank you very much. We have Donald here, and I'm going to be calling Donald right away so that we can have a very wonderful time tonight. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be powerful again. So, Adeni Yolarewaju, thank you. Oh, long time ago, Brother Lucas, when you mentioned that name now, I just remember your face. Thank you so much. I will ask you about our beloved sister. If I is our beloved sister, how is she doing now? I hope she's doing well. She's coping now. Okay, I know from Spain. I know you're watching from Spain. So please go ahead and invite many people. Please go ahead and invite people. Let's have it. Let's have it here. Let's have it here. Let's have it here now. Okay. So if you are there, let's have it now. And I can also call on. Okay. Okay. So I'm already calling Donald to join us. It's ringing now. It's ringing now. Hello, good evening, sir. Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir. I promise to show you the face. Good evening, sir. Good evening.
Hi, Paul.
Yes. So you have to mute one of the.
Can you hear me okay, Paul?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you. We can hear you very well. We can hear you very well. Gracie, please, I need a cord. That cord I used to use, please. The cord for the Bluetooth. Okay, go ahead, sir. Good evening, sir. I can hear you if you can hear me. Okay, you will call to a number when it's time. I will let you know. Yes, can you hear me now?
You find that there's a big...
Okay, good evening, sir. I've just done a big thing. Can we let me know? Can we meet you first? Let's start from meeting you first. Can we meet you, sir? Or should I use Skype? Okay, hold on, please. Can we use Skype?
There's so much delay, Paul, that my voice comes in while you're talking.
Okay, let's use Skype. Let's use Skype. Bracy, I need your help, please. Let's use Skype. Let's use Skype. Okay, while we are waiting, let's enjoy the music again. Thank you very much for joining. All right, thank you. All right, good evening, yes.
I can hear you.
Yes, I can hear you very well too. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Beautiful. All right, so let's go live. This is Donald James Parker. I've read something about him. Can we meet you, sir? Go ahead.
Here I am.
Yes, tell us. I've said something about you at the first one. Let me hear from you.
I'm a filmmaker and a novelist. I've written 25 books and produced 9 movies.
Okay.
Just a servant of the Lord.
Yeah, I've read it. I just want to hear from you briefly. That's a very good one. Married with how many kids?
I have 2 growing daughters from a previous marriage. Yes, I'm married.
Okay. So, like, you are 60, you should be 68 now?
Correct.
Okay, because you start your writing career at the age of 56. What were you doing
Correct.
before that time? What were you doing before that time? What were you doing?
Computer programmer.
Okay, you are a school teacher and a programmer?
Yep.
You have to sit up a bit for me so that we can see you more. Then you move forward. Yes, that's it. Yes, so that we can see you.
There you go.
Beautiful. Beautiful. You're doing well. Beautiful. Okay, go ahead. When did you give your life to Jesus? And how do you come across becoming a filmmaker?
Well, I gave my life to the Lord back in 1977.
Wow, that was the year I was born. That was the year I was born.
I became a filmmaker because, well, one night I woke up exactly 2 a.m. because I heard a voice in my sleep saying, write a book about evolution. So I woke up and looked at the clock. It said exactly 2:00. And I thought, I'm not a writer. I don't know anything about evolution. I'm just going back to sleep. So I rolled over and went back to sleep.
Wow.
The next morning when I woke up, that experience was so strong in my mind. I just prayed about it. I said, Lord, "Did you ask me to write a book about evolution last night?" And I did not expect to hear an answer, but just as clear as a bell, this voice went through my head. And when you're done with that, I want you to go after Harry Potter and the sexual revolution. And so that was what started me on my writing career. I became a writer and wrote several books, but nobody's buying the books, nobody's reading the books. So it's just like, Lord, why did you have me write this stuff if nobody's going to read it?
Wow.
And then it just kind of like dawned on me, he didn't tell me to write a book about Harry Potter and the sexual revolution. He said, go after them. So I asked myself, well, what's the best way to go after them? And the answer was pretty clear. People today don't really read that much. They're more interested in instant entertainment. Books take work. Movies and TV don't. So I jumped into Christian film. So I wrote scripts, didn't have the money to produce them, and nobody wanted to produce my scripts. And I didn't really try to market them to speak of. But then I found out I could make movies for a small amount of money.
Wow.
And so I decided to go for it. So I made 9 of them. I basically spent all the money I can. So
yeah, let me ask
just
this.
Sitting here waiting now.
Yeah, Donald, let me ask this question. What film motivated you to become a Christian filmmaker? What film exactly motivated you?
I don't think any of them.
Wow. Okay. What do you think the most successful people in the world will do? How do we shoot? Because we are talking on a focus, very powerful focus, shooting overseas. What is the ideal way of shooting in Hollywood? What is the ideal way of shooting indie filmmaking? And what is the ideal way of shooting maybe a corporate organization? What is an ideal way of shooting overseas in Hollywood? What is the process? How do they do it? And how is the filmmaker doing it? Independent filmmakers. Many of us are independent filmmakers. You have to look for yourself. Don't Warner Brothers. No Universal Studio. No this. No the. Because I had you just a few minutes ago. You said you use your money. If you have the money to produce it, you produce. What is normal process? What is normal process you have gone through?
Yeah, I have no idea how they do it in Hollywood. What I would say is they have somebody who's the producer. He probably does pretty much nothing except delegate, to other people all the tasks to be done, and he just kind of coordinates. So he maybe decides who the director's going to be and things like that. But as far as the everyday grunt work, he's not going to be involved in that. Where an indie producer like myself, I did everything.
How? Explain.
I did everything.
How do you do it?
I cast the movies. I set up the schedules.
You write the movie.
Rehearsed with the actors. I found the sites where we shot. I found the location for people where they could spend the night, housing. I set up the food schedule. I did everything, But we had a very compressed schedule. Some of these movies they shoot for months. We shot, my longest movie took 12 days.
The longest movie is 12 days.
12 days, my shortest one took 5.
Okay, let me ask this. What's your taste towards excellence? Because I'm going to your latest movie, Old Rugged Cross. Old Rugged Cross. What's your taste towards excellence?
What's my what?
Your taste towards excellence. Do you like excellence?
Well, of course I like excellence, but what I find is that people get hung up on their perceived quality, to me, what excellence is truth.
Okay.
Jesus, was the fact Jesus was born in a manger, was that an excellent environment? No, I don't think so. Was his death on the cross, was that an excellent environment? No, but they spoke to the common man. They were something that most men could relate to. We get so hung up on technical quality and so on in some of the films that people lose track of the sight that we produce a movie to get a message across. It's the content that needs to be excellent.
Now,
you don't want sound that's bad, things like that. But
sir, because of my audience, some of my audience are across the world. Some students are here, they are from other country. So you speak a bit louder and gently so that we can hear the tonation. I can hear you very well, I understand you very well, but because of other people, so that they can hear what you are saying very well, and all that, and when they are the time for them to contribute, they can also contribute too. You said you believe in excellence, and you are doing your best to get the excellence. So the last few words, I want you to just repeat them again, so that we can get it out as an indie filmmaker or Christian filmmaker.
Yeah, my point was that I believe that things should be as excellent as possible, but the importance is not so much on the excellence. The importance is the message. So
yeah, on the mess. Yeah,
I cannot make what's considered an excellent film technologically on 12 days on a $20,000 budget. It's not really possible to do what Hollywood does. So my excellence has to come from the content. So I don't think that man can even judge what the impact of the content is. It's going to require God to pass judgment on that. It's like trying to judge men's hearts.
Yeah.
It's like, we have lots of criticism of Christian films that the content or the excellence is lacking, that they are poor in quality, and everyone argues this back and forth, and people don't seem to be concerned about is God's truth going forth. Maybe certain audiences will be touched by this message, even though the quality is not the best, because it was meant for an audience that was different than what will be touched by this other film over here that's very excellent. So I think it's presumptuous of us as humans to judge something of that nature. That let God be the judge. But,
okay, very good, excellent. Let me go to a question. Very, very good. Assuming I'm coming, let's say I'm coming from Nigeria to come and shoot in Tennessee. Okay, I'm coming to Nigeria to shoot in Tennessee. What do you think is the process of shooting a movie in the States? What is the ideal way? Not as in Nollywood now, but I'm coming to shoot. What has been your normal process of shooting? After writing, doing the casting, what's your normal process? Do you pay them, or do you do this? Do you do this, or there are volunteers, or your cast they cut across the nation, or they are just from one selected place? All right, sir.
All right. Well, first thing, if I'm going to shoot a movie, is I have to find the people who will do the camera work. That's the beginning. I have to find the guy who's going to be the shooter and his crew. And once I've done that and gotten a time range that works for him, then I must find a cast. So I did use some volunteers, but typically I wanted to bring someone in that I could pay. Someone that's typically I brought in actors from several different places in the United States. They were willing to work for $100 a day is what I paid most of my actors. So there were some people that were willing to do it for free. They wanted to do it. So I had some that volunteered. But then once the cast was in place, then I had to try to work on a schedule to make it work so that I knew which days that these actors needed to be here, so I knew how much I was going to have to pay them, how many nights I would have to give them lodging, how many days we'd have to have food for those many people. So setting up the schedule was critical.
How do you cope with the accommodation? Just to get one in, do you host them? Do you camp them? Do you put them in an hotel? Or how do you do it?
Well, most of the time I found, I always had people staying with me, but I had friends, mostly from my church, who would help me. So my lodging, I didn't have the budget to put people in hotels, so without being able to have these friends to help me out, I would not have been able to shoot so many movies.
Okay, continue the processing. After that, after shooting, you say you got to get the camera people, the sound and all that. So what's the next process after that?
Cast. Get the cast and then schedule. Figure out the schedule. For locations too. Again, I do the schedule first, then get the locations, and then if the locations didn't work out for that schedule, possibly we changed the schedule, but most of the time we had a date range where it was pretty much set that I couldn't change that. So if one location didn't work out, I typically just have to get a different location. Sometimes I'd even change the script just because of locations. I have a problem finding a certain area.
I can
just
connect.
kind of change the script.
Yeah. It happens here too. You have to adapt it to the situation or location.
You have to be very flexible.
Okay. Go on. After that, what next?
Well, that's pretty much it for the pre-production. You just have to, we did do some rehearsing online using Skype and Google Hangout. So we get people ready for the shoot, and then actually doing the work. I mean, showing up and doing the shoot.
Do you do? Sorry, sir. Do you do casting and auditioning in the process?
I did a little bit of auditioning, but for the most part, I knew people I wanted, and I just went after them and said, "Would you like this part?"
Okay, I got it. After the shooting, what next?
Well, typically the editor. I don't do the editing, so I had a volunteer editor named Don Stafford who did my last 5 movies. Without Don, we couldn't have been able to shoot so many movies because I couldn't afford to pay for the editing.
Okay.
So that's why I chose to shoot these last ones. So there's basically nothing that I was able to do at that point. He was to look at the footage when he would get scenes finished. I could look at those scenes and give him some feedback. But other than that, my job was pretty much done as far as finishing the movie. Then the marketing would kick in, and I'm not very good at marketing. I don't like to market, so that's a weak area. So
how do you get marketer? How do you get marketer? At least for your 9 movies. What are the marketing plan? What are the distributing plan? Have you done?
Well, I had my first 4 movies were picked up by a distributor.
What's the title?
Pardon?
What's the title of your first movie?
First movie was In Gramps' Shoes.
In Gramps' Shoes, yes.
So it and the other 3 first movies, which were Gramps Goes to College The Unexpected Bar Mitzvah and Love Waits were all picked up by a distributor, but we had some issues with them, so I took my movies back. So now I have a kind of a distributor called Little Cherub Entertainment, but things really haven't gotten distributed very well. And then I ran into problems that they have an insurance requirement, which for my last movies they were saying we can't distribute your movie if you don't have this insurance. Well, I couldn't afford to pay this insurance, so they didn't distribute.
Wow.
So it's been very discouraging.
After the marketing, what other things do you do with it? Do you go for outreach? Do you take it to churches, campuses, colleges, or do you just finish it like that? Once the marketing aspect is discouraging, what do you do? What do you do with the 9 film? I'm still coming back to Oriade Cross.
Well, really, Paul, I've been so discouraged by the lack of success that I really don't do much at all with them. I got 4 of them is shown on Daystar Television.
Okay.
Two of the other ones are shown on CTN Television.
Beautiful.
So I submitted to these people, but other than that, I mostly just walk around and give people copies of my movie. Or I send them links to let them watch them online or something. I showed my movies at my church.
Okay.
I was trying to do another church, but they never got it scheduled. So it's been very discouraging. It's just like,
Yeah, I got it. I could feel, because when you are speaking as an indie filmmaker or Christian filmmaker, we share almost the same thing. It will surprise you. What you face in America, we face the same thing. I'm just letting people to know, if in case you are watching us from Nigeria or some other places in Africa, this is Donald James Packer, who has been speaking with us in the last few minutes, and is sharing his experience shooting overseas. In case maybe you're traveling overseas and you want to be an indie filmmaker, look at the process. The process is the same, but it's a bit harder if you don't have some finances. It's going to be a bit harder if you don't know people who can volunteer or people who can pay, like Donald James Packer was paying like $100 a day to some of those people. Maybe some of them will spend 3 days. After 3 days they will move, just like he mentioned last weekend. And it was so terrible, because where I was last weekend was highly frustrating. Today I have to spend a lot of money to make sure the data is available. And as I said at the beginning, thanks to those people who send their support towards data. Really thank you very much. It's a miracle. Somebody just say, oh, let me send something, and we use it for this purpose. All right. So I'm so glad. I have a good news for you, sir. I have a good news for you. The good news is, by the grace of God, I'm going to send a link to you. When they are looking for Christian film, they want to be showing it on their station. Okay, they want to be showing on their station, but you'll be able to talk with them. Since you're in the same country, you'll be able to say it within yourself, and I will connect you with the lady. Immediately you are mentioning those stations, I say cable station is also good. In case you're a filmmaker, you're watching us and you have some question, you can drop your question, and I will attend to them appropriately. And anyone that you want to ask him to, you are free to ask him the question. Now, sir, I want to ask you this question. What do you think would be your advice for a young Christian filmmaker on how to maximize his strengths on this field? How to maximize his calling? How to maximize his purpose in the area of ministry? Okay, what would be your advice? Okay, sir.
Number 1, pray.
Okay.
Number 2, surround himself with good people.
Surround yourself with good people.
Yeah, people that know more than you do, so that you can learn from them.
Okay.
Number 3 is purpose. If your purpose is to make films to glorify yourself, to make money or bring fame to your name, you're in the wrong business.
That's right. You are very correct.
So, wear the cloak of humility.
Say that again.
Wear the cloak of humility.
Yes, wear the cloak of humility. Humility. Very important.
So another thing there are messages. You know, you can make movies that are just fluffy entertainment pieces, just to make film, you know, and give some people some type of escape. Or you can make messages that bring God's word to the world. You know, the Great Commission says to go forth and to make disciples of all men. So, for some people that means talk to your next door neighbor and witness about Christ. But to a filmmaker it means you go out into the whole world and you make some film that's going to get to the corners of the world.
Excellent. That's good.
So, someone from Timbuktu can be watching a movie I made and have their lives changed. So the trick comes, how do you get that movie to them?
Excellent. Excellent. What's the attitude of the young filmmakers or youth in general about Christian filmmaking in the city where you are living? What's the general mindset? What's the general approach? What's the general approach?
There's no young filmmakers that I know of in my city.
Say it again.
There are no young Christian filmmakers in my city.
Wow.
There's very few young Christian filmmakers, period, but they're spread out all over the United States, and so. But most of the Christian filmmakers I know are fairly, you know, they're probably mid-40s and above.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised. Is it that the church is not encouraging them, or they are not really?
The filmmakers here in America cry out because they ask for help from the churches, and the churches won't help them. They won't let them show their movies there. Sometimes they won't even let them use the church to shoot.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
So this is universal. This is happening all over the world. This is happening not only in Africa. I know some of my brethren watching me right now. So you're joining, please tell us your name, the country you're watching from, and tell us if you want to contribute so that we can put you through on how to contribute live, okay? On how to contribute live, okay? So if your phone is compatible, we'll tell you. If it's not compatible, then you will call us maybe through WhatsApp or through our Facebook Messenger, okay? My Facebook Messenger, okay? So that's a serious thing. So they don't allow them to shoot. Then how do they want to identify their purpose? How do they encourage diversity?
How do you encourage what?
Diversity.
Diversity?
Yes. As not everybody will become a pastor, not everybody will become an evangelist or tele-evangelist, not everybody will become a teacher. Some people can be in creative media department. How do they want to encourage the youth? Once they don't allow them to show the movie in the church. That's what I mean.
Yeah. Well, for some reason, pastors, don't understand how important films are in influencing young people. If they realize this, they would do more preaching about the content that people expose themselves to, because we have Christians that are going to see movies which are corrupting their character.
So this is one of the things. Go ahead.
So filmmakers like us need to make movies that will contend against this situation, and to give these kids an opportunity to see the truth, and to help them get free from this, influence of the devil.
Wow. So going back to the revelation, when in 2006, when the Lord woke you up in the middle of the night around 2 a.m. and He spoke that you have to go after the Harry Potter. How, apart from your reaction, how has it been easy to really spread your books around the world?
It's unbelievably frustrating.
But you don't put them on Amazon or Amazon?
My books are all on Amazon, but nobody buys them.
Even cheap?
My Facebook friends, I have lots of people that are friends, but I've even in my church, I gave my books to the church to put in the library. Nobody checks them out even. So it's been unbelievably frustrating.
Do we say it's your state? Have you have intention of extending to another state? Maybe another state, maybe California, maybe Georgia, maybe Houston, maybe Florida, Miami in Florida, maybe some other states, maybe. I'm just curious.
Yeah, well, there's nothing to be gained by doing that. It's just there's so much competition now. When I first started making Christian movies, there were only a handful of people that were making them. Now there's lots and lots of Christian filmmakers. So the competition has become much steeper. And so, with books, there's over 1 million books a year published. So for the most part, people's books get ignored. I think the average sales for a book is 200 copies. So I don't even come close to that. So,
how many copies?
I do not market. It's just like I don't like to try to. I feel like I'm being egotistic here by pushing my materials. It's like you're trying to sell my stuff. It's like my stuff, but I didn't do it for me. I did it for the Lord, and so it's not me I'm trying to promote. But people don't understand this. They think it's just, well, you're trying to sell stuff, And so I hate that. I don't want that mentality that I'm, trying to be a marketeer. So I just, let my books, they're out there. If people want them, they're available. If they don't, I don't try to push them off on anybody. Same with the movies. So
yeah.
So what I've done is, like I said, I've given free copies away. I hope that people will watch it and they'll tell a friend, and they'll give it to a friend and show it to a friend, and the word will get spread this way. But I don't know. That's, without a breakthrough from God, it's just like there's no way that I'm ever going to succeed. And maybe my fault became because I tried to do this in my own power.
Yeah.
I didn't spend enough time in prayer.
Yeah.
Because I just, God said do it, so I went and did it. I didn't realize that I couldn't do it by myself, that I should have been asking His help and His guidance so that I would have known what to do, and He would have opened doors for me. And God, maybe that's why I didn't succeed. So I don't know. It's just, to me, it's been so frustrating that I wish that God had never, ever spoken to me, to tell you the truth. My life, was tipped upside down when this happened.
Yes.
But in a way, it's been very exhilarating. I've been very fulfilled by completing these tasks, but it doesn't do any good unless someone sees them.
Yeah.
But I've had lots of people have seen my movies on television, on Daystar TV, and they make comments. They really like it. So I don't know how many, but maybe I only hear from maybe 10 people or something each time. But
yeah,
that's another thing. If people can just give encouragement to Christian filmmakers, it helps, because there is so much discouragement.
Now, to many of you are watching me from Nigeria, you will connect with what Sir Donald James Parker is saying. Why? Because this is not another story. This is peculiar to us. It could be frustrating. I have a friend recently who spent over, like, let me say, over 5 or 6 million on a Christian film, and he and his family were highly frustrated. They got an all over 200,000 naira to take an all, and they have, first day I think they have 4 or 5 people for the show that's supposed to be fueling of the all, and this is what told me recently. He said he was frustrated, he was discouraged, he was down, and I said, bro, you need to brazen up. You need to brazen up. You need to brazen up, because these are the things. This is one of the essence of let other people hear the story. Nobody will believe and say, oh, you mean Donald James Parker is passing through that thing? You mean Donald James Parker is going through all those things? Oh, no, don't tell me. Don't tell me, because his book is all over the world. We know about it. We read about it. Oh, don't tell me. I tell you, he says something, and I don't want you to forget. So the Lord ministered to me, and I have delivered what he asked me to do. Have you delivered what he asked you to do? Have you delivered what he asked you to do? That's the question. Has it delivered what God asked you to do? You keep on complaining. Look at Sir Donald. He's using all his money, all his hard-earned money, to bring out the blessing to the world. Even at 68, you are just 28 and you are complaining. You are just 28, you are just 18, you are just 38, you are just 48, and you are complaining. This is an old man here, burning for the Lord, doing the best he can to do some things. Okay, let me ask a question. Can you say you are fulfilled in all these things you have done? Can you say you are happy? Aside the money, aside all other things, aside, you have said you are not doing it for money, you are not doing it, you are seriously doing it because of the soul. So tell me, are you fulfilled? Are you happy? Are you successful? Are you contented?
Not right now, but I'm starting to think that maybe this was a process for me, that I needed to, it was for me to mature. That without this, I was, I was not growing. And so this was something that pushed me out of my comfort zone, and it still is. And so I think the analogy of the oyster is the perfect illustration here. You have an oyster, and there's something that gets into that oyster shell. Perhaps it's a grain of sand or something that irritates that oyster, and so it
like irrigation.
It excretes this liquid around this obstacle, this thing that's invaded it, and it keeps excreting this material, and it comes together and forms a hard little circle, which we refer to as a pearl. Now, without that irritation that caused this thing to excrete this material, we would never have any pearls in life. So, I look at this situation, I go, well, this has not been a very happy journey. It's been very challenging, but because of this, I have grown. I have perhaps I don't know if I've become a pearl yet or produced any pearls, but at least the process has begun. So So I can't look at the situation and go, you know, I wish the Lord had never given me this task. I know that I think that at times, but it's wrong of me. I should just, like you said, praise the Lord in every situation. Praise the Lord in the rain. Praise the Lord in the sunshine. Praise Him in the storm.
So have you submitted your film to any festival?
Yes.
Have you gotten any award before?
Some of my films have been in festivals. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, we have a Christian film festival, Go Festival here in Nigeria. It comes up every first week in June. If by the time it starts, if you remind me again, then definitely I will ask you to send. You can submit to such festival too, at least to spread the news more. Spread the news more.
Okay.
It will be very good. Not for award, not for anything alone, but to spread the news more. Your situation is not different from what we have here. The only difference is that you have people who can still volunteer just like we have, and but it's, you know, you have to put in a lot of things into it. Let me ask this question. You have read some of our script before. You have read some of my scripts sent to you before. Which one interests you most? Which one do you like? That you, I'm hoping that you shoot this one on time. Which one can you remember?
It's been a while, Paul. I don't really remember.
Okay. I understand the age too. I have to not press it too much. Now, what to be your general thing before, because somebody want to call, but maybe I still have to call him from here. Somebody want to call him, maybe I still have to call him from here. What would be your general thing? You have been watching my, what is it called? My live broadcast. What's your general view? What's your word? What's your observation? What do you want us to improve on? What do you want us to remove? What do you want us to add? And all that. What's your view with all the teachings I've been doing for 1 year, 8 months?
I don't think I have the expertise to speak to that issue, Paul. You need to do what God gives to you. You know, that's what you see in this world, is there's so much judgment of stuff. You know, like your scripts, your stuff. You know, I can only gauge it through the eyes of an American, and I mean it's your stuff is different.
Yeah.
So, does that make it lower in quality?
No.
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 It makes it different. You know, you got an apple and you got an orange. Is one better than the other one? They're different. They're both, you know, they both provide cool, sweet, refreshing liquid and vitamin C, etc. You know, so.
I got it. Very good. Excellent. Now, 2 more questions. If anybody wants to call, we take it. But if not, I will release you. You have done a good job in the last 2 weeks. 2 more questions. Question number 1. Where do you see Christian filmmaking in the next few years from this time? I actually have 40 years in my mind. But where do you see Christian filmmaking? Do you see it improve? Do you see organization coming in to help out? Do you see funding available? What do you see? What's your projection?
Okay. I'm going to give an answer that might make some people angry. What I see happening, I see a lot of people getting into the business. They want to make movies. It's sexy. It's fun. Yada, yada, yada. So let's get into making movies. So they get into making movies, they get involved in ego trips. The film festival thing is kind of a gig. It's, you know, you can make the rounds and go to these different film festivals and you know, act like, yay, we got this movie that's going on, or we're going to all these festivals and it's doing well. Well, first of all, we're supposed to reach the people that are lost. You know, if we just show our films in the church and only the church people see them, or only the festival people see them, what good do they do? We need to reach the lost. So these people need to quit worrying about the winning film contests and things like that, and worry about reaching the people that need to hear their messages.
Exactly.
And so I feel like the scripts that they write are unimaginative. They're very similar, and they, you know, the so-called preach to the choir. But I do see an increase in the excellence because the technology continues to come down in price. People are able to buy 4K cameras, be able to get sound systems, stuff. So the quality of the shooting and so on, I think, will continue to grow. Now, if the content, the excellence of the content can match, you know, I think that we have probably, people don't specialize enough in the Christian world. Is that, you know, people that are good writers should write, people that are good producers should produce, people that are good actors should act, and so on, and try to, you know, have people doing what they're best at. But typically what happens is, like in my case, you know, I write the script, I direct the script, I act in the script,
and you produce it,
and do everything, you know, and you know, I'm not that talented in all phases, so, but it saves me money when I can hire myself as an actor. So, but you know, the number one thing that we need to do as Christians all together is get rid of the ego trip. We need to be humble, and our purpose needs to be not for our glory, but for God's glory. That's the only way that we're going to ultimately be successful, no matter what the world, you know, we can make a movie and the world flocks to it, but if, you know, if it doesn't please and bring God the glory, then it's a failure.
It doesn't bring the lost glory, it's a failure. I agree with you 100%. I agree with you. We are not just to make a movie. You see more excellent things. He said something. So Donald said something. You don't forget tonight. Don't do your stuff. Do his stuff. Make sure you do it according to his will, not your will. You understand? Like tonight, I always want to have interactive session with people. Don't just try to formulate it in your own way. You are seeing somebody who is in far away in America and is having similar situation of yours. Be encouraged. That he said he cannot give up. He had to continue in doing what God asked him to do. Even when I asked a question, what's your encouragement to this and all, he said, well, he doesn't want to judge it. It's not fit for that to say, oh, than just to encourage and say, continue what God has asked you to do. This is going to be the last question, but it's going to have A, B, C, D. But you will have to add it and say it once and for all. What we want you to talk about the Old Rugged Cross. What brought about Old Rugged Cross? Why do you choose Old Rugged Cross? Why do you have that title? How has the Old Rugged Cross been moved? What is your motivation to Old Rugged Cross? Can you tell us about Old Rugged Cross, your latest movie? Or is there another one coming up soon?
Okay. All right, the Bible talks about in the last days there will be false teachers and people will become, they'll have itching ears. They will not be able to tolerate sound doctrine. Okay? So we've been warned of this. This is going to be what happens. So I have seen this in the world, that people have this idea that Ray Comfort said this. I put this quote on my Facebook page. He says that the gospel, instead of people reaching for a Savior who died on the cross for us, and we need to live to please Him, to obey Him, instead of living this gospel, we're now looking at this gospel. It says Jesus is just here to make us all happy. That's what Jesus brings to us, is that he will shelter us from all our problems. And so that's the gospel that is being preached today. And so Old Rugged Cross was to try to bring attention to this type of thing, that God has grace, but he does not allow, it's not a license for sin.
Yeah.
Did not, God hates sin. If people can't get that, I don't know what they can get. God hates sin. Simple. The wages of sin are death. So today people are being given this idea that they can have both God and sin.
No.
And so Old Rugged Cross was to teach them that no, they can't. They can't. They're being misled by false teachers. That God didn't told them that he hates sin, and he's not going to let people into his kingdom if they continue to abide in their sin. If he comes to set them free, then they will be set free indeed. And that there are imposters out there who are pastoring churches for their own benefit, not for the kingdom, but for themselves, because they derive their livelihood from it. They derive their ego from it, whatever else. So people who serve the Lord have got to be doing it for the right reason, for him, not for themselves.
So talk about the Old Rugged Cross, the theme.
That was the purpose in Old Rugged Cross, was to try to combat that type of teaching that you can live for yourself but still belong to Christ.
Okay.
He says that you're either going to be a slave to sin or you're going to be a slave to him, to righteousness. There's no middle ground, one or the other.
Tell us where we can get it. Is it on where can we get it? And give us your website again.
Well, my website is donaldjamesparker.com.
DonaldJamesParker.com.
JamesParker.com. Yeah. You can stream it from like ChristianCinema.com for, I don't know, $3-4.
Okay.
$3-4, that is.
Yep.
So people internationally, it costs you a fortune to ship it. If someone from Nigeria wanted one of my DVDs, it cost me, $10, $12, $15 to ship it over there.
No problem. I will give you where to send it to first, within the state. And when the person is coming around, he's going to bring it down to me. So that will not be a problem. Okay? To cut down the cost, I will give you the address to send it to, then it's going to be easier. It's going to be easy. Yeah. Thank you so much tonight. I want to say something I received when you're talking. Is if we want to transform our nations, we need to do the right thing. We need to do things right. Do the right thing in all areas of life for the right reasons. And that is for the kingdom purpose. Kingdom purpose is the right reasons. And I want to really, really appreciate you. Let me see if that brother is there. If I can call the brother, if he's still online, watching us, so that if I can call him, fine, if he's available. But if not, definitely I will release you. Then you can be watching us to see other people. Like tonight, intentionally, I want to make it a great deal, and I want to appreciate you so much for your time. Last week was so much challenging, very, very challenging. But you keep to your word. You're a man of integrity. I respect people of integrity. I appreciate you so much for such integrity you've displayed so far. You've proven that you are an encourager at this time. Even most time when I send script to you to just proofread, you take your time to read it. You actually take your time to read it, and you give your comment, honest comment, and all that. Whatever you have done for like 5 years, you are becoming a professional in that field. You are a professional in that field, and you stand, you kneel on what you are doing, and you believe that's what God wants you to do, and you're doing it right, you are doing a great job. At 68, if you can do this, you are doing a great job. Many of you can watch, you can see Donald James Packer on Facebook. You can follow him on Facebook. You can see some of his books. You can see some of the films going on and all that. You know, those are the things. And a question somebody will ask you is, what film would you like to get involved with? What film do you like to get involved with? Do you like to shoot in Africa? Do you like to be involved in any film? I know you cannot be involved in any film. I know that one for sure. I can answer that one for you. But what kind of film would you like to involve with? Christian film, I mean, anyway.
Whatever the Lord wants.
Okay. Denny Olariwaju. Okay. So I want to call this man if he's available there. Then I will call him. But if he's not, I release you straight so that you can have a wonderful night or wonderful afternoon or evening over there. It's becoming late night here, and you have proven over the years as a blessing. Honestly, I must commend that. Prince JJ. Okay, anybody want to call? You can call on +234 27 27904456. You can call on that number. You can call it as a WhatsApp. Okay, you can call it as a WhatsApp. Then that will be very, very nice to call on that number. Okay, so we still have Donald James Packer here, a very powerful, courageous filmmaker, Christian filmmaker, novelist, a blog TV show, blog talk show. He has interviewed several film personality, and is a wonderful blessing to the generation. And if he got the vision at 56, I tell you, it's not too late for you. If you have a vision right now, even if you are 100, you can still do little time before you go. You can still do little time before you go. If at 56 and within 12 years, he has been able to produce 25 books at obedience to God and 9 future films. You are just 28 and you are complaining. I don't know who I'm talking with. You are just complaining. You have no excuse. You keep on saying, I don't have money. Oh, Donald don't have money. He doesn't say, I don't have people. Donald don't have people. I don't have house to host people. Donald don't have all those things. You have heard him say he have done this to obey the Lord. That sometimes he asks the Lord, why do you have to give me this kind of assignment? Hard assignment. It happened to me. Our first film, our second film, a third film, it never seen the light of the day till date. Except the fourth one, that was a joint one. Wow. So when I see things like this, people say, wow, are you sure you are serious with it? Yes. These are fundamentals. These are things. So you are not alone in that race. You are not alone in that situation. You are not alone. I'm encouraging already. You are not alone in that situation. So there are people around the world who are passing through the same thing. You know one thing, Donald, can I tell you? In Africa, we have this mentality. Some of us have this mentality because you are in Europe or you are in America. You are white. You don't face problems. Some of us even think sometimes that, oh, they are Igbo now. Oh, Brother Paul is featuring a white man in his program. Oh, he has given money. He has collected money. You know, we have those wrong mindsets. So tell them that it's not always like that. Always, they also have their challenges. All right, sir. Tell them.
Everybody has problems.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you can hear yourself now, all right? So I couldn't get Lucas. Wow, Lucas, you are here. I've been trying to reach you, okay, because we're only waiting for Lucas. Once we get Lucas, then we can go. Prince JJ, if you have any question, please. Jude, please, you can write your question. You can write your question. Just write your question. then I will read it out. If you have any question for Donald, or generally you have a question for us tonight before we go. This is an awesome time, and I'm so much delighted. I've done part 1, 2A. 2A, we have where I spoke about the CV, the bios, the background of Donald James Parker. Donald James Parker is 68. In 2 years' time, he's going to be 70. You can imagine if he's this very strong to still go to location. I saw some pictures of locations. He's so strong. He was holding a reflector at a particular place. And you are just 12. You are just 18. You are just 25. You are just 32. You are just 40. And you say, my back is paining me. Oh, I can't carry that. Oh, I'm tired of that. Oh, I can't do this. You know, those are the things that you need to look at yourself and check yourself. Why am I doing all this to myself? You need to understand it. You need to follow the Lord, and you need to be an obedient student. Okay, so, well, I think I have to leave Lucas. If we could not connect, I have to leave Lucas so that, because time is money. But one of the things I will say, Monday through Friday is 9:30 a.m. Nigeria time. Saturday and Sunday is 9:30 p.m. respectively. Our Saturday is an interactive session like this, where we bring personalities, or we take a topic and we talk about those topics from time to time. The only time that this can change, the only time that this time can change is when I'm on location, or I travel outside my base. If there is no internet there, if I travel out of my base, definitely won't be able to do it, or we do it to early time or later time. So I want to appreciate you, all the people that have joined. Let me see some people. Olanrewaju, thank you. Another Olanrewaju, to Olanrewaju, thank you for sharing. Adeni Olanrewaju from Spain, thank you. Prince Gigi, I think from Nigeria, thank you for joining. And all other people, please go ahead and share right now. I don't know whether you have shared, sir. Please, let's go ahead and share. Let's share the video so you can have a copy of this. Anytime you want to watch it, you can actually watch it straight from that. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate you. Still will be watching us before we go. Any last word encouraging what you want to give to other people? I don't know whether this one will go through, but if it didn't go through, so sorry about that. It didn't go through. So any last word of encouragement, sir, before we release you?
Study yourself to be approved, and praise and obey God at all costs. And keep a teachable spirit.
Study yourself and study the Word of God. Keep a teachable spirit. Keep a teachable spirit. Thank you so much for your time, sir. I really appreciate. Greetings to your family. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Paul. You be blessed.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you. I will call you later. Yes, bye. All right, that's a wonderful time with Donald Parker, not James Parker. Thank you very much for a wonderful time. This is awesome, really, really awesome here, really awesome here, and it's very, very remarkable to have him tonight. Before I go, please, I just want to give question time for people before we go. But if not, drop your question. Drop it and let's have it. But let's see if Olani, we have something, because I just felt, don't let me give up on him, so that he can have something. So please, everything, watch this video back, share the video, cut it to different things. You see that people always go through problems around the world.